Hey there, my friend Jeff has a really cool laptop, except he dropped it on the floor and did this to the screen. So we're going to try to replace the screen for him. I've already ordered it from a place online called Laptop Screens that lets you order, and it ships from Vancouver, Canada. So since I'm in Canada, that's very important to me. We're going to see how fast I can do this using our trusty screwdriver here. So basically you just got to pop the cover off, which sounds tough, but it's actually easier than you think. It just pulls around on the trim here, and then you keep your cat from taking the screwdriver. You just keep pulling it off a little bit. Sometimes it can be tough in some places, but just keep on going. There we go. Alright, so now we can see the outside of the frame here. What I failed to do before is take out the battery. So, there. Now I won't kill myself, probably. So we've just got the frame of the laptop screen here. It's pretty easy. Use a slightly different bit. There's two screws at the top that are holding this metal frame in. I just want to pop those out. Thankfully the cat left, so it'll be easier to keep the screws around. If you're going to leave the screws around or the laptop screen out for an extended period, make sure that you put it in a bag so the cat can't steal it. There's the other screw right here. There. So we'll just whip that out. So that lets the screen pull away a little bit. No big deal. There's some tape, some cords in the back. It's okay to just pull the tape off for now, and let you have a little bit of access. And then there's going to be two screws on the side, one up at the top and one slightly lower here. So you actually got to pull it forward to get that bottom screw out. That's going to be on both sides as well. And I'm pretty sure this screw will drop into the laptop somewhere on me, because that's how things work. Oh, it didn't. Nice. Okay. And pull the one at the top out. That one fell in. If you have a magnetic screwdriver, it's so much easier. Alright, I'll get that in a second when I get the screen off, so I don't have to shake it quite so violently. So, got the screen, it's kind of loosey-goosey. Should be able to pull it forward and slip the tape off the back here. There's a little connector that runs to the laptop port, or pardon me, the webcam at the top. Pop that out. And then there's one for the screen itself at the bottom here. There's a little tab here, and the tab's actually connected to a little connector. a little thing to hold it in place. So we just pop that up and then pull back on it gently because we're going to need to keep this there. And it's got some tape as well that we can just disconnect. Perfect. So here's his crappy old screen. All taken out and ready to be recycled or whatever I'm going to do. There's that screw. Grr. Okay, so now I've got all my screws. Push that aside for a second. Let's open the new screen and see what it looks like. So I ordered this. It only took 2 days to get to me. It's very fast. So far, so good. Looks like a match for the other one. Free envelope. Sweet. Okay. So we've got our new screen here. It appears to be a Samsung. I ordered it by product number, which was listed on the back of the screen. There's just a protective cover on it that I'm going to remove before I install it. Because after I install it, I'm not going to be able to take it off. So, there we go. Set that all aside. Take our screen. Again, the connector has to be at the bottom because there's not a lot of slack on the connector on the laptop. So just gently put it under the laptop webcam connection. And basically rinse and repeat what we did before. So just plugging gently the screen monitor connector in. Be very careful, don't force it. And just pull it gently with the little handle that's on there. Push it down, it locks back into place. Right here. Let's see, this one's got a little blue tab on it. So start to move it up a little bit. Sort of center it in the frame that's there. Now in this metal frame on here, there's some pins inside that will actually go into little holes on the screen as well. So you want to make sure you get that lined up, and that'll help you put the screws back in. So as we push it up, we get all the way, put the webcam up again. Okay, done. Okay, so get it in the frame in those holes. Okay, looks good. So, time to put the screws back in. Alright, so the cat is playing beneath me. I hope that doesn't cause any problems. So in case you see the camera turn off, that means the cat has taken control. Please send the authorities. Getting these little screws in. Oh, if only only the cool switchblade screwdriver also was magnetic. Okay. You bugger. No one said this was going to be easy. Fun? Yes. Easy? No. Alright, so the right side is buttoned up. And surprisingly, I still have the correct amount of screws. So the left side, do the same thing. Again, make sure that those holes are aligned, those little pins are aligned into the monitor before you tighten the screws. If the pins aren't in there, make sure to loosen the screw before you try to realign it so that you don't damage the screen. Hope Jeff isn't allergic to cats because there's already cat hair on this. I'll have to give it a good blowing out before I give it back. And yes, it did not drop the screw. Hallelujah. Okay, so it's back in the frame. Just put the two back in at the top. And just the frame back on the outside, which may be harder to get it back on than it was to take it off. But we'll find out in a second. Alright. So I fear the bottom may not snap back in because of the damage from the drop. I'll have to check that out later. Doesn't look good. But for now, seems to be just popping back out. So I'll have to play with that later. First, let's see if it even works. Flip it over. It's all good. Throw the battery back in. It's alive! It's alive! And that was it. Again, I forget what this from here. I'd gone to the site, laptopscreen.com, and I just put in the model number and the resolution and the type of screen that I wanted to order for him, and it came really easy. It's very simple. I think a lot of people could just do this at home if they felt ambitious enough. So there you go. And Jeff, you'll be able to come and pick this up right away. All right, go Seahawks. Thanks, everybody.